Welcome back to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, for our match of the week in IG, taking on EDG. A beautiful view as we're taking you over the Bund, which has a very romantic vision tonight. Hello and welcome back. My name's JakeyLove, joined by Barento, Raz, Muhammad, and Raz. Before we get into this spectacular, game, we got to look back at.
It's not even a word.
I don't care. We're going to look back at the last series and see who got MVP. And let me tell you, if it wasn't Uzi, you'd be surprised. It's Uzi, ladies and gentlemen. Take it up, bring it up, let's go. That man kicked ass.
Easy. Of course, being able to hit it on the Sivir, so much just diving straight back at him. It felt like a battle of AD carries. Both Puff and Uzi were playing phenomenally. I was also giving a lot of praise to Xiaohu, so I think if we're just talking about two players that came up and were able to battle through it, I think both Uzi and Xiaohu came in tough this series.
They showed them why RNG are top tier, rather showed the audience there in that last series. So 2-0 against FLICKR Gaming, but we move on, like I said, to our match of the week. Bring that one up as well, because we're just
Another
getting into the spirit of things. Here we go. This one we've been waiting for, Raz.
It's going to be a day of 80 carries. Not only are we talking about 2 3-0 teams, now of course 4-0 for RNG. iBoy versus JakeyLove. Now both of them had such great performances internationally. For iBoy, he started his play showcasing the world like off of his Twitch performance when EDG as a squad did not come up to snuff at that Worlds performance. Right. iBoy did individually and showed the world. JakeyLove still took some time. Came out, started, debuted, and I think domestically a lot of people looked at his play and said he was great. Right? He was fantastic. Yep. Still need a little bit of time. World champion suddenly. Last MSI, most consistent member alongside Rookie. That's right. This is a lane that we need to see.
And the Draven comes out, you say, here we go again. So for me, JakeyLove is one of the most impressionable players on this lineup. But I look at this lineup and then I say, all right, let's talk about the jungle.
Yeah.
Let's pair them together.
Get in there.
EDG have got a fresh face in here as well, Raz.
Jiejie versus Ning. And it seems like Ning versus MLXG 2.0.
Yeah.
The man is a madman. And I like to point out the damage percentage. For junglers, this is actually fairly high. Ning as a jungler, if you're talking about champion picks, just last one, he went up towards the Kane. A lot of the times he tries to be that triple threat, quadra threat, depending on what we get out of this team, right? He tries to be that annoying mosquito. I think I recall myself saying mosquito with knives. And how he can perform in team fights. Jiejie's Olaf Lee Sin battles back to that. So 2 carry junglers trying to get an impact on the map. So take a look at this one. For me, it's just so fun to be able to see what Jiejie can do because confidence is what the Chinese caster said. And he's like, oh, wait, what the hell, yeah. Even brings in the Nautilus and just discovers him on the Raptor camp.
Because I know you're excited to see his synergy with Meiko and how these two have been playing together in the early game.
Yeah, and it's just constant. Whenever we see EDG, they play through their mid laner. They have a lot of subtlety. JakeyLove's style is set up control wards and allow his team to be able to perform slower games. Or maybe just get that one crucial gank. Jiejie just doesn't stop. Yeah. And that's a refreshing style for the team. You see Ning. This is always just fun as well because he's the type of person that he can get caught out a few times.
A few times, yeah.
And it's good and bad. This one was just flatly bad. They haven't been performing well, and that's the purpose for that. Whenever you see Ning right now on the field, I'm actually, this is post-MSI too. Yeah. I'm questioning a lot of the times of the purpose for those deaths. Because when you talk to, and this is a good discussion, you talk to international casters, and a lot of the times, or just like analysts or fans are like, wow, actually, he dies a lot.
Yeah.
And having a lot of deaths is actually, to me, meaningless. It's meaningless because you have to really survey those deaths, the context for those deaths. And for Ning, the reason why they had such quick games, he sacrificed himself for turrets, for push on map play. This was Spring Split in last year.
Yeah.
This time around, he's just flat out dying, as you saw in the last play, or maybe even elongating plays where they can get a quick in, get a kill, get out, and move out. But he thinks they can move further, so I think he's not really being able to survey the situation, and it's costing his life.
And you're right, it's coming off the back of MSI, where Invictus Gaming, fell to Team Liquid after Team Liquid played one hell of a series.
Don't get the chat going.
No, I don't care. You come into the summer split, and I know that look you're giving me. You come into the summer split, and you still have big expectations out of Invictus Gaming, but going up against EDG, their ability to play up is here.
The lighting team's going to be fabulously happy with the fact that both teams are right next to each other.
Yeah.
Camera crew's not going to be because they're going to have to cut out EDG on this one. But here's the thing. Invictus Gaming, one face you'll love to see, and that's Baolan. So let's start from the bottom lane this time round. Baolan coming back. JakeyLove has his duo partner. Then you start to get to the big surprise, unfortunately, Rookie has to go back to Korea to deal with family issues, health issues. Hearts out to him, because that is really tough to have to deal with. And so Invictus Gaming, bring in Forge. He is from their academy team. The academy team is successful. It is very similar, honestly, to Invictus Gaming's identity and being focused around individual players. Got to finish out the players, of course. Ning, and in the top side of the map, TheShy.
Of course, the faces we know, see how Forge performs. A larger discussion as we go to EDG. And their new roster, the
There
double
you go.
J's in the top side. Jinoo, Jiejie leads behind him. You have Scout, you have iBoy and Meiko. And this roster is just getting spicier by the split.
It's kind of crazy, the fact that this team is just kind of taking in that aggression, right? Whenever you see these new identities for EDG, when they bring in Fire Lolly, or just recently they brought in Haro, it's nice to see it, but they don't get to be as disciplined alongside with it. When their junglers are not disciplined, or when their jungler has that little bit of spice, seems like every part of the team feels like they can do whatever the hell they want. But then Jiejie comes in, and it seems like the law of the land sticks. EDG still look like that championship team. And right now it's the summer split. Feels like there's Cinderella and the clock has struck summer and world tickets on the line, and they're already back on the map.
A fairy tale for EDG, only dropping one game throughout the regular season so far in summer, but undefeated in series where IG are not.
And this is such a fun series. Whenever you see such great top lane talent going up against champions like TheShy, it's so sad because, you know, the laning phase is the only way you can see them really match up well against each other. And then, like, and this is for Jinoo's sake, when he goes up, when he's on LGD or Victory 5, then his whole team starts falling to pieces. And it's like post 15 minutes, everything just goes to hell. This time around, both teams are theoretically in a great position.
Yeah.
And so we can finally see Jinoo match up against TheShy when he is really on a great place to stand on. So I want to see what he can do. And of course, the biggest question on a lot of people's minds is Forge, the young player, formerly known as Shin. Now, this is kind of fun to talk on because there's been some great discussions about him as a player. You know, I remember looking through Twitter a while back, and you know, when people go to Korea, players from like North American Challenger and all that, I hear like Shorter Race actually was duoing with him on in Korean solo queue, and one comment he made was, "My God, this guy's aggressive, right?" He wants to fight often. And that is the Invictus Gaming Academy kind of logo as well. That's how they end up playing their games. And that team, and I want to have a shed of light on that style as well, played a lot through their jungle, mid, and top. And I'm not going to go too in-depth in it because it really doesn't matter. But that means that Forge should realistically be able to sit in this team and be comfortable with the system that is involved in it. I think Ning is going to have a bigger challenge knowing that he doesn't have that kind of veteranship in the mid lane. Because even if you have the same type of player, the same caliber of player, hell no.
No.
Rookie is the best mid laner in the world. And it's been changing, sure, with the whole discussion about Caps, FLICKR, Chovy. But Rookie is the type of player that is expected to win laning phase.
And also remember that for someone like Forge, I mean, this is his debut into competitive, but he only started playing competitive in 2019 as we get a recap to the last time, Raz. Now, this was a matchup and a half.
This one was decided, but that one auto attack, these teams went at it. It was my favorite. It was the best series of last split by far with the back and forth that you saw. And so that's why, out of this series, we all thought that even though EDG lost that one, we were like, okay, EDG is the second best team in the LPL. They go into the playoffs, and guess what happens?
Sino Dragon.
They got lost. They got bopped out by Sino Dragons. But this is when we just start sitting down and watching moments like these. Because moments like these remind you how close it was really in the series, and hopefully we get something similar to them. So close. So close.
40 HP it was.
So, like, remember, they lost that series because of that. Invictus Gaming came back and took it over. Were able to continue on and be the MSI representatives. So it shows a lot that, you know, EDG, it seems like they're back at that level.
Because remember, when IG go up against teams like EDG, FPX, RNG, their ability to play up there, and that's what we saw in the last time they clashed with EDG, and EDG, it's vice versa. So hearts went out to that close 2-1.
And people will meme it. But whenever we talk about EDG, at least last split, they were looking great.
Yep.
The whole difference at the end of the games, these are just points about how Invictus Gaming looks so consistently strong in the matchup. They've just been historically one of our best teams in the LPL. When LPL historians at the end of the day, when they look about Invictus Gaming's dominance, they will talk about, you know, how close was it to OMG's dominance or EDG's dominance in 2015-2016 era. That's such great discussion, and for me, it doesn't seem like it's about to let up. I think Invictus Gaming, if they get back Rookie, they already have Baolan back. Like, this split can easily just be theirs if they come back into the playoffs, make that run, and go for another world
But it
run.
does feel like this is more relevant than ever. In the past year and a half, EDG have not picked up a series win, when at the moment, EDG, like I said before, remain undefeated and look to be in some of their best form in a very long time.
Yeah, and what a treat. The fact that we're getting this series so early in the year. Remember, you get this once a year, unless if they face off against each other in finals, and this could just be alluding to a possible finals at the end. This is the type of stuff when you get, like, last night, Origin versus Fnatic. Now, of course, I'm not like it gets better if it's
Different,
G2
I get what
versus
you're saying.
Origin.
I
right?
get what you're saying.
Those are the type of matchups that you get. You're like, this is what we're going to be seeing close to Worlds at that finals. Now, we'll have to see what all that amounts to. IG limping without Rookie going up against EDG.
EDG looking strong, looking fierce. Jiejie, Jinoo, two names you'll remember by the end of the series, one way or another. Let's get into our match of the week, which already just shapes up so differently as to what we saw last series.
Yeah, we'll see an Aatrox ban in every series. It's just going to happen. It's too strong. You don't want to see it ever. It's too flexible. It's too strong early. The Draven is a good call out to just JakeyLove being able to take over a series, especially with a lot of the bottom lane matchups surrounding Sona, able to just shut it down with that pick. So good ban.
And you already see that IG have just changed the way we look at pick and bans here. It's the Sylas first lock in, but EDG, Jiejie gets his arguable best champion here to kick off game one.
Whenever we see a Sylas, it works so well in tandem with an Olaf. G2 was able to showcase that one to the world at MSI, and so Jiejie saying, not only is this my best champion, please, I don't want you to touch it.
I also like the fact that iBoy gets his Sivir too, so there's a lot of comfort going around the board, but IG, is it like the Vici bottom lane? Of course it is, with a different bitter punch.
You know what? This is somewhat the world skin. You know, just already just kind of giving a jab to the fans out there that wanted to see the full duo.
Yeah.
At least we're going to be seeing Invictus Gaming Rakan here tonight.
Oh, Raz, you know they're going to get angry by that. So the Rakan bottom lane comes through, but an early Lux that's been picked up there by most likely Meiko.
At least Battleland's going to be coming into this one, because Lucas and JakeyLove got torn to pieces by the Lux the last time we saw it. I think JakeyLove will have a good way to play through this one, and also if you saw the last series, just being able to punch through the front line in the lane with just that hard engage that Rakan's able to provide, should be able to deal with the Lux.
Exactly. Battleland's first series back in summer as well, guys. So remember that we have not seen him just yet. A lot of curiosity to see what IG's mid laner picks up, whether it is that Sylas or something else. Because right now, the Nico's banned away, indicating that TheShy, one of his best and most played champions of summer, will be taken away.
And yeah, TheShy is going to have to be challenged here with a new pick. And on top of that, we still have to wait to see if TheShy is going to be going back to the Sylas. I would easily expect that to be going towards Forge. I think it makes a lot more sense for it to be coming out of their mid laner, and TheShy to have something a little bit more with power behind it. Now remember, EDG can just wait till the last pick on their top lane pick. They don't got to wait. I mean, they don't got to pick it up right now. They can just like chill in the back. IG has to come out with a good, safe option. I am thinking, surveilling the bans, that Kennen could be that.
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy one. In fact, I think it's so easy that EDG just picking up the Renekton just calls it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
What does TheShy want to go for here? Even with a possibility of like a stronger top lane matchup, something with range, that Slice and Dice easily casts through that. The tenacity that you can get in the precision tree makes it easy to just go through that CC that Kennen has. And then you have an Olaf in your back pocket.
Yeah. An Olaf with a Karma, Raz. Olaf with Karma and a Sivir. So this comp is going to go fast and at your face if IG don't find their fight.
Shields on top of shields.
Also true.
Great part of the EDG's comp. And that makes it so the Karma could actually just go full AP. She doesn't have to concern herself with going Ardent Sensor and all that when the Lux is going to be doing that herself. So I think we're in a great spot for EDG to have that poke behind it, have the movement speed there, and then some for Jiejie. Great comp for EDG.
Means also Forge going to get tested in this mid lane going onto the Silas, and Scout going to have the range, going to have the safety net. We'll see how that gets played out because it is his debut game in the LPL. Like I said before, Forge started his competitive career in February 2019. This guy is fresh, he's young, and let's hope he's as hungry as Rookie was.
Confidence is his thing.
Yeah.
That's something that I like to see out of the young players here that have some experience in third-party tournaments. We've already seen Forge at NEST.
He went up against the EDG roster without Jinoo.
Yes, and I think he showcased to me that he's willing to take risks. In that long series that went up against JDG's squad, he started out that series getting outright just outclassed. But he ended that series being able to learn a lot and being able to just dish the exact same lesson he learned in game one. So I have a lot of faith in Forge in the long run, but this ain't the long run.
No.
You're being thrown in the EDG as your debut match.
Very relevant that they pair up Ning and Forge on the screen, as you just saw there. It's going to be about that mid 2v2. As you're taking a look at the other, on the side of Jiejie, you're looking at Scout there as well. How does this come into it, considering Jiejie has just been in your face as well?
There's a lot to learn here. I think Jiejie and Scout are going to be putting in a measurable amount of pressure. Bottom side tower, EDG are going to eat it up.
Yeah.
I think IG need to play this one out messy. Post 6, Ning has to get his job done here.
See how Balan coming back into the team, stabilizes things again. Invictus Gaming looking for their second series win here in summer, while EDG want to continue that road unscathed. It's our match of the week in LPL Summer Week 3, day number 6 here. IG versus EDG.
Hit him! Yes, Klepto.
We're back, Rez.
We've seen this a few times in melee matchups. You can go Klepto. Do what you want, man. You're free.
EDG slow on the uptake. Support for IG still there, even after the rough and shaky start. Give some extra experience. There you go.
Is that a 120 invade coming in from EDG? It's just their AD carry, so they're just putting in some wards, seeing where he's at. It's going to push Jarvan to the top side, so a top side start here from J4.
Yeah. Looks like the start's going to be on the Wolves as well, Raz.
Usually you see this from non-Zac junglers if they want to be able to do Wolf camp to bot side clear and look for a bottom side dive.
Yeah.
That is a possibility that's on the table. Okay. We'll have to see what it turns into because he's actually going top side. It's going to be interesting. Maybe he goes for an invade. There's a lot to call out here. At the end of the day, it could just be straight from the desperation of being getting his red warded. Maybe. So late in the game, didn't want to get contested.
Means that it's going to be confusing for EDG to start tracking this jungler. There's already a Riverside wall that's been put up nice and early towards the exit of blue. So top side finally cleared here by Ning as we get towards the end of it, while Jiejie is going for standard pathing with Conqueror on both junglers in the matchup.
And you already have that early ward that was placed by Jinoo on the Skull Crab. So they're going to have a heads up on it, probably just going to try and aim for it first. Makes it so Ning has that little bit of difficulty. Now, when we got into the game, I said that I was thinking post 6, Jin, ooh, good trade here. The Jarvan can get some work done with his ultimate, so he can try and find plays through mid, bot side, maybe get a flash, try and play it messy. That's going to be his role. As you can see on the map, though, JakeyLove, it's going to be the point of view stream on DouYu if you have the time to be able to look for it. Cool. It's always nice to be able to see, A, that trade.
Yes.
And B, if you want to get nice and close in on the action on the bottom side trades, you know, go on that point of view stream so you can catch it out yourself.
It seems like the bottom side is just as bloody. While we take a quick look, very relevant here for Scout because he's taking Klepto into the Silas in the mid lane, and he's actually trading pretty favorably here as well. Forge with the auto is just getting beaten out, while a bit of shield bash there and bone plating with attack speed in one of the minor runes.
Yeah, a lot of auto attacks that'd be coming through. Of course, I love the fact that he got Biscuits of Rejuvenation, corrupting potions, and even off of that one, it's going to be healing up so well off those. Getting an early dive.
Very early dive. Jinoo's been taking it up, though. He flashes out. Will he survive? Yes, he will. Jiejie up to his old antics here in the LPL Summer.
Well done on that one. Just needed the Q to be able to get the job done. Well, excellent work from Jinoo.
Expecting a bloodier game, a bloodier series here, Raz, as Ning is going in for the counter gank to the bottom lane. He's going to be spotted out. Is Spell Shield there? Early heal coming up here from iBoy. He's saving it. He gets Lightbinder down. Ning going for the dive. iBoy almost outplays, but eventually the healing comes through from Ning. Well, double TP as well. 4 versus 3. Jinoo gets the 3-man whirl. Holy moly. Even the snipe. Meiko's insane. JakeyLove will die as well. And EDG strike back.
The first 4 minutes for Jinoo have just been heroic, man. Top side dive into the bottom side, just all in. And then just the cherry on top of it, Meiko being able to nail those 2 players is huge. That's what you love about Lux. That playmaking potential that kind of reminds me of Bard, right? How much can you really get out of it? He got the maximum in being able to just dispel that dive. So let's take a look at this one again, because the initial take on it, they do a lot of work. Even the exhaust there too, just in case. The first binding, making it even harder for Ning. Of course, he's able to get that kill. They think they have a clean getaway. Jinoo says, hell no! Takes down Forge immediately, and just look at this. Blind. Blind. They know that it's going to be easy to be able to hit that, of course, with such a slim area in the terrain. But still, great job from Meiko.
If JakeyLove didn't get that Blade Caller as well, I feel like Ning dies there too. So, small saving grace from the AD carry of Invictus Gaming.
And that's the type of thing that you love to see from EDG, is the focus on the mechanics.
Yeah.
Just like the small details that we saw from Jinoo on the top lane dive execute that most players would not go for. They would wait a little bit more for the jungler to come in before they end up executing on it. Jinoo's confident. He makes the play happen. You see the play happen bottom side, and it's just like, 10 out of 10 plays across the board from EDG.
Yeah. Means that teleports are down all across Summoner's Rift, while Jiejie is being active onto Forge again. There's the flash down onto him. I think there's just way too much damage too fast. Forge drops to his first or second death, rather.
Welcome to, competitive play, my friend. Welcome to the LPL.
It's a harsh lesson.
Yeah. You're getting put in a situation where you don't have the stronger 2v2, and you don't have the wards, and you know what? Enemy team's going to make the most out of it.
Every single time Jiejie enters the lane, it looks like he's picking up the kills as well. 2 now on the Olaf. Double longsword here. Same for Ning, but the boots bonus and level 6 now for Jiejie.
Let me tell you how much of a snowball this game is going to be, right? When you come into this one, you probably got your snacks all prepared. You're thinking that you're ready to the best quality game in your life, and it's going to be good quality.
Yeah.
But right now, all the early game chips are on EDG's side.
I know, Raz, we haven't had a chance to talk strictly about team compositions and what happens in the mid-game. I don't think we're going to.
We ain't going to have that talk. I don't think we're even going to get to the idea of team composition. More like my team's going to start ramming.
Because it's level 6 versus level 5. Yeah,
my friend, I'm sorry.
It just doesn't slow down. So it's 3v3 in the bottom lane. iBoy's going to pick up some turret plating alongside Meiko. We know that the snowball's rolling here for EDG, and you can see Jiejie wants to make this happen either mid or bot.
Hello. Welcome back to the mid lane.
Forge is very far out here, Raz. Lock on down. He doesn't want to go. Oh, safety. He wants to give the illusion.
How you doing? Don't worry. Forge hasn't spotted him. Let me tell you the secret. Okay. What is it?
Hey, here we go. Olaf in again. Slowed down. Forge gets the Ragnarok, but I think the damage with Conqueror is enough.
Oh,
wait for it. The outplay. Welcome to the LPL indeed.
What the hell, Forge?
That's Kingslayer for you.
That was... we've seen this kind of stuff happen in the past. It was the Plans and MSI, but we got the same thing coming out of, Detonation Focus Me.
Yeah.
It's just about that heal that, you don't get to see, you don't know how much healing you're going to get at the back end at the end of the day. And of course, he had the movement speed boost from the ultimate. JJ overplayed his hand.
That's the first time we've seen that kind of backfire, rather, on the jungler of EDG. So puts Forge in a better position than he was as Scout makes the roam.
Uh-oh.
Jinoo's going to come to the top side. There's Dominus into the Slicing Maelstrom. Scout going to move in as well. I think TheShy's just dead here. Flashes in the end, but that's going to be a wasted summoner as Scout makes his presence known up in the top side.
They're fast. They're moving quickly. And at the same time, iBoy knows that he's not going to do too well with the wave position on the bottom side of the map. Just holds Scout's lane down. So that's just great communication across the board. And half of this not even communication.
Yeah.
It's just knowing what to do on the map when your mid lane is making the play at the top side of the map. It's creativity. It's great focus on, wave placement. It's a good job ultimately from the players of EDG.
It's getting to this point where EDG, yes, they have a 1.400 gold lead at this point, but as we go later on, IG, their team fighting is just going to get to a point where they do not do enough damage because they're being held back in these lanes.
Yeah, I want to see what happens there, right? At least all the teleports are specifically forged, and TheShy is going to come back.
I mean, they're all covered. All 4 of them are covered at the same
true.
time. If you don't count JakeyLove.
We're getting to that point. I'm rightfully concerned. I think we've gotten to a point right now where EDG are going to be utilizing Scout and Jiejie a little bit more. Like, they learned that early lesson on the dive on mid lane, but they're going to be trying to hone that into the bottom side of the map a little bit more. They try top side easily because the cannon's going to fall, but they want substantial leads at this point forward. I'm talking about chip on turret, getting the turret plating for yourself. So already seeing him lean towards this side, still need to start taking down these wards to at least get that Silk Road going.
At least there's a control ward in the inventory of Jiejie. He's going to have to put this down somewhere because in the pixel brush, he's been spotted out. And
doesn't matter if you see him.
Yep.
You got to move at the end of the day.
That's true. He's 2 levels ahead of Ning right now, by the way. So 20 CS, 2 levels. With Scout in the mix, I think a 3v2 is not hard. A 3v3 makes it even harder.
Just run, Ning. You can't touch this. At this point, it doesn't matter if you see them coming. You don't have the wave in the right spot in mid and bot side. So EDG just taking everything from you.
That's the second time Ning's lost his Raptor camp as well. He has had to default to the bottom side of Krugs. And Jiejie can just walk in, help push this wave out, and Forge just has to sit on by.
It's a sad reality. The Olaf jungle is just doing whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And at this point forward, I don't know if you guys have seen the Misfits game yesterday, but it's going to seem a little bit like that. He's going to be in your jungle at all times.
Yeah.
To me, that's what's going to happen. Ning is going to have a difficult job. Now, Ning's been in this position before, so I have faith that he's going to be able to survive a lot longer, pick the right plays.
Oh, no.
As I say this, goodbye.
You say that, Raz. Bad timing, it seems.
No!
Also, the Ragnarok Forge can't get the lock on down. Now, might have to burn the Summoner and the Flash. Not too late. Baolan comes in as well, so EDG once again get the maximum.
If I say this enough time, this game might end at 15.
Yeah. Gotta stop talking about Ning. It's happened again, and even Forge getting bursted out in the mid lane.
And at this point, this kind of reminds me of an old Invictus gaming place that, it doesn't mean anything.
Also, stop the back. That slows it down. Another wave crashing in, so it might.
That's the whole thing. The slowing the game down. Pushing more waves underneath your turret. You're denied minion waves, and on top of that, they're going to get a little bit more in the turret plating. So before the 14-minute point even hits, EDG are rocking Invictus game.
It's 203 on the Karma mid, who is going a defensive build. I know in Champions, like we said there was the availability for Scout to go that nuke, go that Ludenzek, go more damage, but it's a safety net once again for iBoy.
I'm disappointed.
Okay.
Yep. Flux is going to do it, my friend. It's redundant.
Yep. That's fair. So Scout going for Athene's next item. Looks to be the Ardent Sensor there, of course. So 2 items comes very quick for the mid laner, who is still ahead in this lane and actually keeping up with the extra kills.
Yeah, so for me, the fact that this next dragon is Infernal is going to be the major point of focus. Ooh, I forgot. It's the 11-minute Rip Trail time.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Jinoo just clearing out vision for it. Ning and Baolan going to find him here, but a 1v2, maybe a 1v3 as he gets the slice and dice in. Now out, Jinoo Cataclysm on top of him, but he has the Q to heal himself up. 3 versus 2 as Scout wants to come in and help him. Does he have a shield for him? It looks like Lux does that better. Meiko walks in, Moby's to the face of Baolan. And saves the day as Jinoo burns his flash while EDG get that Infernal you were talking about.
Yeah, they get a lot out of this, actually. Not only do they stop them from getting the topside ward so they can go for the Rift Herald, they get themselves Infernal Dragon, looking at them pushing mid lane turret too. So IG are trying to trade sides, but EDG has stopped them from trying to trade the massive objective on hand.
And while Crocodile Dundee teleports to the top side of the map there for Jinoo, who, by the way, is 40 CS down on TheShy. We'll talk about that in a second.
A little bit.
He's able to stop the push of JakeyLove and Baolan while mid shoved in, while Jiejie's here again, looking for more blood.
They're just trying to stop them from connecting to the mid lane, number 1. Oh, they're just going to get there. Okay. All right.
Has Ragnarok. He might need to pop it. Is it too late? Well, he has the attack speed bonus while Jinoo's coming in. Here we go. Final spark, but JakeyLove avoids it. Into the air as Jinoo still wants to take the fight. Meiko slows it down, and Forge is looking for the re-engage. EDG once again forced them out.
Your support lost flash. You lost that play.
JakeyLove still feeling confident in his bottom lane.
People have been killed for less.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what EDG is doing, just trying to cut off the whole transition from IG, been great. I think IG losing flash, but not losing a lot, right? That's the major goal for me, is that Invictus Gaming, out of all of that, are still just 1K gold behind.
Yeah.
So that's something that's nice. It's positive. I think that we can now come to a position where TheShy is, you already mentioned earlier on, huge CS lead. can get to a point. Remember, he had Klepto too, so that's not even coming into account.
That's right.
Like, he has a lot of gold to his name. He's going to be crucial to a lot of these fights.
And although Jinoo got those kills, or rather one kill and those assists, TheShy almost an item over him. In fact, Jinoo still doesn't have his Black Cleaver.
Yeah, so he's been on the weak side for a little bit.
Yep.
Turret plating's going down, though, so... Oh, no. He's done this a few times before.
He doesn't have an ulti to steal.
Okay.
Just pops his head out. No one there to support him, so EDG, Jinoo just going to clear the wave and probably back away.
Jinoo's a creative one. Whenever he tries to find a cheap trade on an enemy solo laner, or just an outright start to a fight, him being a stick around, be patient enough, sit in those bushes, something that he's done a few times. So that's something that EDG can always, kind of bank on.
Yep.
Knowing that they have players that have that mentality of trying to find the next fight, trying to speed up the game. Something that EDG have kind of lacked. I would say historically, have been a team that's played a little bit. I know that they have great mid games overall, but they're always trying to find like the right way to play to that point. But Jiejie and Jinoo are not textbook players.
No, definitely not Jinoo. Jinoo's style in the top lane has been very unique here in the LPL. If you haven't seen his Riven, you haven't seen his Renekton, then I think you're missing out. As we can see in this game, look, there was already early pressure, but now that he has a Black Cleaver, I'm sure you'll see a lot more of it.
And at this point in time, the game's going to be dictated by Dragons. Next one's Infernal, is going to be coming in 2 minutes. It's great that IG are starting in this one so they can at least put the pressure and pull it over, with EDG putting the most amount of their wards in time to the bottom side of the map. So at least they got a hole here, a blind spot. We'll see if there's a contest here.
The ward spots them out, but IG have already done the Rift Herald. They're going to pick it up and be zoned out of mid, however, while EDG look to trade it off for the mid lane turret.
And I think EDG, they still now have to think about, oh, actually, there's not a considerable change in position here from IG yet.
Ping's coming in from IG, Ning looking for the flank.
All right, at least they can move to the right side. There's nothing to really concern themselves with. They're completely fine.
Yep.
They got chip on inner turret. They got the outer turret completely taken down, and they can put themselves back into position for the Infernal Dragon. IG needs to change here. Okay.
Or maybe force it to the limit. Ning still has the flag and drag. Will he escape here? The next question is he flashes over the wall. Jinoo's coming in. Surprise! The flag and drag still comes through, but Jinoo just dices over the wall as Forge will need to be the support here, but Jiejie gets an undertow. Perfectly done. And Jinoo gets another kill.
All right. You know what? At least you bought some time. But there's too many times where you're just trying to say Invictus Gaming's at least getting something, but it's set up.
Scout, the nuke is still there, support items or not, as Valorant goes into the ultimate, the quickness comes out, and it looks more like a sickness here for IG. The Scout not really on the mark with the final touch, but the Boomerang Blade almost.
This is unfortunate. Like, across the board, Invictus Gaming are not on the same page. They're going to lose Infernal Dragon easily off of that.
Even though TheShy gets a bottom lane turret, you're right, Raz. 20 seconds till it spawns. Everyone from EDG able to reset and come back towards that bottom mark, and Jiejie just uncontestable at this moment.
Ning's just, and the mentality at this point is trying to get as much as you can. Waves is fine. Like, if you're trying to push out waves so you can put the enemy team, when they get something, in a position where they have to defend, that's okay.
Yeah.
The chickens mean nothing to me. The Raptors was warded, so that's something that he didn't expect. But he just got collapsed on and lost his team so much for that.
I think now that Raptors keep getting stolen away, Ning trying to get the enemies. He's thinking, all right, this will be fine. Still 2 levels behind in that jungle, by the way, and 30 CS behind. Big issue here for Ning is, we're asking if Jiejie is going to come into this game confident. Seems like game 1 already, we have the majority of our answer.
Yeah, already in it. Double Black Cleaver completed here.
Yep.
Both members are available. At least this is smart to get this one rolling, but you have to contest for this one. It's going to be tough.
Well, look at where Meiko's positioned over there. Already nuked down. JakeyLove doesn't get to play the game. Old F4, it seems, as EDG continues streamlining while TheShy gets a 2-man ulti. But unfortunately, Jinoo may be behind in CS, but not in damage control. TheShy will find the same end as Jiejie cleans up the other. Ace for EDG.
They've made it a clean ace. Ning just came right back into it. But man, great snare coming through from Meiko to start it all off.
Yeah.
He just nailed JakeyLove to begin with, because the team, the whole team, wasn't in position. And it was once again Invictus Gaming trying to find a way in without a solid plan. Jarvan from the bot side, was he just trying to go for a steal? Is he trying to get a team fight when they're behind? I don't think they figured that out themselves, and so they get completely wasted for it.
EDG is smacking down IG in this first game. It looked like Invictus Gaming were keeping that gold at a healthy margin, but now 5,000 almost in the bank is the difference. And Edward Gaming are looking the goods, as I've said before about RNG in the last
4K
series.
gold lead, double Infernal Dragon. They're still holding that mid lane outer turret 20 minutes in. Like, all of this is hugely in favor of the team. Ardent sense, double support items there for Karma already. So they're completely ready to take over. It's sad to see from Invictus Gaming that it's gotten to this point. And remember, I'm going to put this one out as a caveat for anybody looking at Forge.
Please do.
Don't blame him. Leave the kid alone, man. Not only did you have to start this one off, and Ning himself is underperforming in this situation, but this is just not a good matchup. He's just getting railed in. So it's one of those situations that's hard for everybody involved.
And to be fair, he's had some pretty good moments in this game where he's
did.
still the situation. So excited to see more of this mid laner, especially in tense situations like this where EDG rotating towards the top side. He has to play it safe as they want yet another outer turret to go down.
And unlike most of the world, this is like the adaptable best of 3 that we're looking at.
Yeah.
That you look at this series, while it's still not over, we're talking about the distance. You can still come back. It's recoverable. It's about how do you adapt. And so for me, at least my first question, before we get to that step in question, is how can EDG end with how many times they're able to blow early game leads in their history? You want to see them with this new iteration be able to just completely stamp it down.
Remember, late game leads as well on the international stage. Famous moment of the SKT versus EDG. Very different teams now, but you look at EDG and how they're performing in this game. Well, 20 minutes in, it's been pretty clean. And we look towards those next 20 to close it out because Baron is there and EDG have full control, so it might not even go that far.
Yeah. I mean, the control that we have here is pretty damn good. It's nice to see from Invictus Gaming that they're still grouped up here and waiting for the inevitable Baron to go for. At this stage with the composition that EDG has, they can do it. They can do it whenever they want. The only question is, where is Renekton? When they start Baron, is he coming in from the flank at a control-warded bush? We've seen that so frequently from Jinoo.
Yeah, and remember that TheShy doesn't have teleport. So if Renekton TP's in, TheShy has to be in position around that Baron. Otherwise, it's a 4v5. Don't want to see that from TheShy. Wave getting pushed into the bottom side here. Well, you take stock of what has just been picked up.
Yeah.
Jinoo, second item in the top lane there. Here we go.
Spirit Sojin, that's where the red alarms start coming up.
Yeah.
Right? That alarm, when you hear up, you wake up in the morning and you're like, I don't know what it is, but I need to get up and go. I don't know if it's still a dream. If it's like one of those moments where you wake up in your boxes and you're like, am I still in school? Like, is this a dream? No, right now for Invictus Gaming, they need to recognize that EDG are bloodthirsty.
Yes.
They want a fight knowing that Renekton can go for it. Look at the top lane. I think he wants it right now. Like, Jarvan is there for a reason, my friends. He's trying to keep TheShy upright.
And something else that makes this worse for Invictus Gaming, apart from that 5k gold lead and that Spirit Shojin, is the fact that Infinity Edge, second item here for iBoy. So it's that Essence IE that is just going to trump JakeyLove in the bottom lane.
This time, no lethal tempo that makes up for that attack speed during team fights. So that is the extra loss. But remember, you can do whatever you want. You still have the ultimate that gives you that base attack speed. It's the major point of it. Remember, the buffs that Sivir got on her ultimate attack speed is actually bonkers.
Yes.
It is crazy. So there is no reason for you to ever go towards anything else like the rapid fire cannon that you would see so frequently. Okay, well, guess what? You get hit.
And then you get the burst from the Boomerang Blade. So Baolan, as he is now at half health, after being bursted out, one Boomerang Blade would take him down.
Axe to the back, too.
That's right. Jiejie showing his might with a Hex Drinker now in hand towards that third item of the Maw of Malmortius. And item after item for EDG as they just keep powering on down this mid lane.
I don't think Kennen can come through here. He's looking at the mini-map. Olaf is playing guard duty for a little bit, though. Just trying to say, okay, you think you can come through? I have everything I need. I got myself the blue smite, Olaf ultimate, everything to take this fight.
Yep.
You can believe he can go for it, but he eases off there. So much pressure coming through, and even though it amounts to nothing in terms of just tower damage, take a look at how little vision here Invictus Gaming really has on the Baron buff, of course the dragon that was just swiped away, and that's what it really amounts to. All those yellow trinkets that come down, control wards get killed out. If it's not a control ward, it's expiring.
Yeah.
Unless if it's a ghost ward, but I'm not seeing too much right now. So at this stage, Invictus Gaming are desperate.
That's why they're trying to push the mid lane out so they can get towards that top side river. Even bottom side was dead from the beginning as the Mountain Dragon gets picked up. By the way, double Mountain spawning. EDG are going to have 5 elementals, maybe towards 6 this game.
Yeah, 2K gold lead there if you're just talking about goals for Jiejie.
Yeah.
Knight's Vow for Ning. So at least he has his priority set. Someone carry me, please. JakeyLove, I love you. I'll pay back.
Looks like that did go onto JakeyLove, of course. Otherwise, you put it onto someone like TheShy.
Hell no.
He's going to be first in.
Look.
All right, Rez.
Protect King JakeyLove at all times.
Fair enough. JakeyLove's got 2 items, so that makes perfect sense. Almost towards Infinity Edge. Third.
Okay, he's fast. Wait a minute.
Ning. I think Ning can get out, but I'm not sure when.
I think this is when you check, right? The stats check is something, is when you first have that skirmish with your laner, and he chunks you down, it's like, okay, now I know how much damage. This time around, they just saw Olaf booking it, and you're like, all right, now I know what that is.
Well, they might have found Balan as well, but easy escape here.
I don't know about that one.
On the Forge, able to abscond, abduct out of there. EDG just pushing the wave so they can do this Baron.
They'll do it right off this one. It's a good enough wave, and on top of that, they've bought enough time for the wards to die out.
Yep. So EDG begin, and it's going down quick with the Mountain. Invictus Gaming going to even contest.
4K.
Things walking in, binding onto the jungle. Great binding here from Meiko. Baron, sorry, goes down. Jinoo's still in the pit, but all 5 of them secure and leave alive.
They don't know what to do. At least they're shoving up through mid, so they can take this mid lane tower. But you saw them hovering, just in case. Maybe they can cancel out some back timers, but they had nothing else they could look for. This is dicey here. You're basically saying that there's no teleport ward for Renekton to come through.
Well, they're still at the turret. Jiejie's coming in. He finds an undertow onto Forge. They get the light down as well. Jiejie with another undertow, but stunned up by TheShy. That'll save them for now.
It's always fun to see the differences of these teams. Because if this was 369 on top esports, he's teleporting on that ward you see on the top side, right to left, and he would go for the flank. But you see, they don't want to take those risks just yet with how much a huge lead with the Baron that they have.
They don't need to because EDG have the natural push anyway with On the Hunt onto Forge. He has to flash over the wall. The abscond abduction needs to be used, but aggressively, I don't think so. Even with the Forge ready to be locked on down, unfortunately, he's withered. There goes the Silas. 4 versus 5 with Baron buff. This surely means an inhibitor.
I wonder if they all in on this bottom lane. This is a pretty big wave with the cannon minion to boot.
It's huge. Baron buff doing its work. Its fair share of duty here is Ning and TheShy looking to defend, but they can't. Balan's here as well, but EDG continue forward.
I think they should base off this one, but it's that snowball I was talking about. It's a little bit longer because Invictus Gaming are doing a good job at slowing them down, but they can't make that hero play. The possibility of a smite steal on top of Baron, I was thinking about it. It was looking okay. You saw Rakan's position. I mean, obviously he's not going to be able to do anything, but we've seen some crazier steals before. But that's that one moment that you're looking for. Something that can draw this game back so JakeyLove can farm up for his IE, but not able to do that.
Well, now the gold is just ridiculous against IG. 8,000 for Edward Gaming. It's 27 minutes in. And when you have a Rabadon's death cap on your mid laner, when all those support items come in hand as well, and a 3-item AD carry gets so many resources from EDG, you start thinking, how do Invictus Gaming pull off the miracle?
I mean, that is a good question. I've noticed something that's unfortunate.
Go for it, Raz.
Look at the inventories of EDG. That is 4 stopwatches.
That is 4 stopwatches.
So even if that miracle play comes through, we're going golden. Gold members. Plural.
I just want to point out as well, while you're looking at inventory, Meiko also has an Ardent Senses, so if it misses once onto iBoy and Scout's not nearby, he'll cover. So double Ardent Senses, interesting.
That's literally what I hate the most about them both going towards that. We saw Xiaohu being able to pick up Luden's Echo and just going straight into the AP.
Double Athenes I get.
Yeah.
But
the Ardent Sensor was something that was going too far. But either way, he got to his spike really quickly because he is like getting all that gold, which makes sense. Which accelerated all of this. So I'm cool with it when it just comes down to how much gold, and through Klepto as well, that Scout's being able to pick up from. And at this stage of the game, IG can't do nothing about it.
So much wave clear from EDG. Sieging begins while IG trying to negate some of that, but double cannon in this top wave. It's going to be hard for them to get here.
Stop it.
You have to use the Blade Caller while EDG just work their magic on the mid lane turret.
Yeah, how are you going to stop this? Because Silas was dealing with the bottom lane wave. That's an opened up inhibitor in the bot side, so they're dealing with super minions already.
Slowly crashing in. IG slowly getting devoided of life, it seems.
Sucked out of life emotionally, statistically. Let's go.
Here we go. Baolan, the last hurrah, it seems, onto Jinoo. TheShy finds a stun, but EDG don't need to go any far forward. The next wave's crashing in.
Wow, that's just
That's a light binding. Jiejie might
that
be
is
caught
a
out
kick
here.
in the solar plexus.
Fight
us!
I'm waiting for IG to find some semblance of control in this game. Even inside their own base, Forge says it's time to go, but the rest of IG aren't with him as Dominus gets popped by Jinoo. Waiting to go in while Ragnarok's there as well. He flashes on top of Baolan. He spins the win, damn it. Jinoo goes golden, and now it's the League of Stopwatches again as the Blade Caller in. JakeyLove still free hitting. That's a Cataclysm of the Ages, but it's just not enough because EDG are too far ahead. Invictus Gaming sit in front of their Nexus. They stare EDG in the eye, but little did they know, it's a bloody Medusa looking right back at them.
That was 2 kicks in the solar plexus. Everybody except for Scout used this. They were like, oh, you can kill me. Oh, I'm too low. Stopwatch. Stop in their place. Yeah, feels bad for IG. EDG are looking on top of the world, and IG right now is staring at mud.
Never did I think coming into summer, I'd be looking down this matchup and saying Invictus Gaming do not look like the stronger team. Even coming into this matchup, EDG look to be favored somewhat because of their performance so far. But this has developed, and in game 1, EDG are playing out of their right mind.
And I started off on the right side of the bed. Let's talk about the positives to begin with. Because
Please.
EDG are looking fabulous just through Jiejie and Scout's pressure alone. Because if we're talking about rookies coming into the league, the last thing you talk about is right mental fortitude, like the calm nature, being able to fit in the system. He's done all of that. That's mostly because Jiejie has been with the team. He's been in their own academy. To me, this is like a tale of 2 teams, 2 major organizations with great academy rosters. Because while Forge has been in a successful academy roster, they actually did quite well last split. EDG's academy roster didn't make the playoffs. But they had confidence that they had strong talent through top lane, jungle, and AD carry, so they brought them all in the main team. And Jiejie was the one that stuck, and you saw through that performance alone, Jiejie is wonderful in how he's able to push his early game wins.
As we've seen before, giving this man Olaf is just a small note of it, I know, but a very big part in my mind as to like his success shining through. What I mean by that is the fact that this guy just monsters with it.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of Olaf in the LPL. It is a priority pick. For Jiejie, it's working out so well with him because he's able to make his stomp, his stamp, everything known early on in the game.
Yeah.
So I like it for him. I think what we're seeing so far from EDG is consistency in the top side of the map from both Scout, Jiejie, and Jinoo. Jinoo, while playing weak side, is still finding windows where he can call for pressure.
Yeah.
And even though we have no idea what comp sounds like on that team, but just for Scout to be able to find that window, look topside, get the kill. Even the second time when Jiejie was like, I'm still coming back from base, if you're needed, if I am needed, I mean, he wasn't, but there was always a possibility of like a support roaming topside. They're able to find those windows so consistently from Scout. So I don't know who's going to get MVP. I'm just going to put that out there. Oftentimes I have my own opinion on this one. I think that Jiejie, okay, I'm going to say Scout. I think Scout worked well, even though he was on a supportive pick, to always be moving to the right side of the map. Okay. That's the most underappreciated part. So if we're just talking about flashy plays, and I guess Meiko, if you always get those double bindings, then guess what?
Scout.
And you literally have a beam. So if we're just talking about flashiness, Meiko wins. But if you're talking about who real MVP is, Scout.
Okay. Either way, you'd be happy either way. If you're an EDG fan, you like the promise that they've shown so far in the IG series. To bounce back the Invictus Gaming way, we'll find out after this short break.